Good evening, everybody. I hope that you're all okay. I never know how many people are going to drop on here, and I hate hanging about at the start. I just like to start talking because it's awful when you're just sitting around waiting for people to drop on. So I just chat away until I see that there's people there. In fact, I don't even wait for you. I just keep talking. Anyway, tonight do you know something? I'm going to share some real honesty with you tonight. That was the first time in all the time that I've been doing lives on here, and that's a long time for those of you that have been following me, that it was really hard for me to click the live button. Hi, Andrea. Hope you're well. It was really hard for me to click that live button tonight. So I need you to understand this as my audience, that you know what? We're all the same deep down, and we all have the same issues going on in our lives. Some of us have chosen to make social media our platform to speak on and to teach on and to share our philosophies on. And, you know, the fact that people watch that is a huge gift, an absolute gift. So today I am feeling really strange. And I think it has a lot to do with grief, because grief keeps sneaking up on me unexpectedly. My husband died on the 29th of April. And, you know, what you show on social media is always the best of you. It's like showing the cream. And that's all anybody shows, really, isn't it? Nobody comes on here crying and wailing and moaning, because it's not what you want to see. The viewers would just drop off in their hundreds. However, sometimes it's really difficult to make that decision. Do I cancel a live, or do I go on and be really honest about how today's been? And today's been filled with grief. My heart is aching, and it's really difficult some days to pull yourself out of that and get past it. But I'm here, and I'm going to share with you what I wanted to share with you, because this month I'm talking about this painting, Born to Be. And that was the very first thing that I had painted in 25 years because of fear that I wouldn't be good enough, and fear that my work wouldn't be good enough. And I think everybody that creates anything in this world always has that fear that they won't be good enough, that others will judge them, and that whatever they choose to do won't be deep enough, or whatever the art critics choose to say about it. Honestly, it's a tough decision. And the very person that pushed me into doing that painting and into getting back into creativity and stepping into my creative power is no longer here. And that in itself, just the thoughts of that coming on here tonight, was really difficult for me. That's just honest. So I wanted to talk to you about my decision-making process tonight when I chose to paint this particular painting. And I posted on my personal page today and on my business page about how words come to me before anything else. Hi, Rebecca. Lovely to see you. Always nice to see you. How words come to me first, how it's a thought, the thought process and the decision-making process to actually put something into a composition and create a painting. So what comes to me first are the words. And the words that came to me for this were words like limitless and emerging and empowerment and perpetual. And they became pivotal to this piece, that how I painted it needed to have in it. Evening, I've got another evening, Mandy there. Evening, lovely to see you. The perpetual comes from the shapes in there. Your husband must have been so proud of you. He really was really proud of me. That's why he gave me the shove that nobody else would. And I do have to say that it's only when you've got a really strong relationship, isn't it, that someone can give you a shove like that, and you listen to them and you take control and you do what they're encouraging you to do. So when I started to think about how did I capture the perpetual pain that people can go through, when the words of others put them down. And I was very lucky with my husband, my late husband. He was a wonderful man. He never said a bad word in his life about anybody. He just was a wonderful person. But there are many people in this world that we're connected to through our families and friends that even though they may not even realize it, do have a tendency to behave in a certain way and say things that can really cut you deep, even if it's not meant. And those words impact different people in different ways. Sometimes negative words can power you onwards, and you can have a bit of a, I'm going to show you, fuck you type of attitude. Sometimes the negative words can sit with you for life. One off the cuff negative comment can sit with you for decades, and it can impact on how you show up, on your behavior with others, your behavior in life. And that's what I wanted to try and capture in this painting, because I think that's a real thing that's going on in society, where people really, really struggle to get past some of the things that have been said to them, some of the experiences they've had due to the words of others. And that in itself can stop people showing up and showing their work, particularly in the creative sector. So if somebody has said to you, well, that's a load of crap, that's not, well, why did you paint that? Why did you choose to do that? Why does that look like that? It can be a throwaway comment. It can stop somebody that has produced something from showing up with their work. And what the message is for me throughout this week is how we show up is everything. Being authentic and being your true self is everything. There is no need for you to copy anybody else, because you are the perfect version of you already. And you need to show up exactly as you are. And you need to create the artwork exactly how you want to. You can admire other artists, and you can admire other business people, and you can follow other artists, other business people, and you can admire their work. But ultimately, you were born to be just you. And you need to show up and have the confidence to show up in your authentic outer covering. It doesn't matter. You are perfect just the way you are. You were born perfect, and you have grown up perfect, and you are perfect right now to do exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now. Now, people stand on the edge of fear for many years. I stood on the edge of fear for decades. So I'm never critical of anybody else that's there and can't quite step over it into what it is they want to be. Sometimes it takes a long time to pluck up the courage and make the decisions to take that step over the edge of fear. It did for me. What I would say to you is, if that's where you're at and you know that you've got something fantastic that you want to share with the world, it's time for you to step over the edge of fear. Now, it's really important as an artist that you also can morph into an entrepreneur, because honestly, a lot of the artists that struggle to be business people. And there's a big difference between being an artist and being an entrepreneur. So if that's something that you struggle with, then you've got to seek out things that can help you. Those are it goes without saying that your work is going to be amazing, but it's no use having a load of amazing work if you don't know how to sell and market it and show up authentically as you are. So my message to you tonight is, no matter how you feel, even when you feel really bad, like I do tonight, I feel terrible tonight. I'm going to finish this live very shortly and go to bed because of grief. And that's a normal human reaction. It's a normal human emotion. It's difficult to talk about. It's difficult to deal with. People really don't like talking about it. Lots of people offer to help you, and it's really difficult to take that help. However, being honest about it is the first thing. And that's why I've shown up tonight and still tried to do something for you, because my audience is important to me. And my audience, thank you, Rebecca. Honestly, it's okay. Because the one thing I've learned this year, like I've learned with everything, when Gary gave me that shove into my creativity and said, just do it. And I painted that painting, Born to Be, and I stepped back into that power. It was about me just painting what was authentically in my head, creating the words and then creating the images and then painting just with what came to me, without trying to be anything else, without trying to copy anybody else. And if I showed up here tonight pretending to be really happy and really upbeat like I normally am, then that wouldn't be really authentic. So I think it comes through. It's almost like Blackpool Rock. It's stamped through your middle. Once you can show up exactly as you are and you can paint exactly how you want to paint. Thank you, because everything you were saying, I need to hold. Thank you, whoever you are. I can't see your name, but thank you. Yeah, it's like Blackpool Rock, isn't it? When you can have 100% faith in yourself, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're painting, no matter what your business idea is, and just decide to do it and be true to what's inside you all of the time, because you were born to be perfect. Those are the emotions I wanted to capture in that painting behind me. I never get the right finger when I'm pointing. In that painting behind me, you were born perfect and you still are. Forget the words of others. I would do anything right now to hear my husband tell me to just fucking do it and stop talking about it. I would do anything right now to hear those words, but I can't. So I have to find a way to be authentic in my life, even when I'm having a bad day, and show up for my audience and share with them some valuable content that helps them, because I want you to know that. Thank you. Thanks, Lucy. I want you to know that even when you're feeling your very worst, there's always somebody feeling worse than you, and that you can make feel better just by the things that you do and the things that you say. And don't ever underestimate the power of showing up and being you. It's really important. I understand that. And that's the message I want to transmit to all of you through my artwork, through showing up on social media, through sharing the reality of life. And grief is just one of the parts of life. So on that note, I really thank you for watching tonight. It's not been to my usual standard, but I'm still here. And I will be here next Tuesday talking about whatever I've decided to talk about next Tuesday, whatever that is. But I don't want to go without saying, you'll have seen me doing posts today on all of my social media platforms. And today we launched a new group for creatives called The Creative Calling. And I am part of this group, as well as 4 other amazing, wacky, crazy creative people who are sharing all of our knowledge and all of our experience and training in this paid group for only £10 a month. It's packed with juicy, gorgeous, creative content. It's created for creative people, bringing creatives into a community that really gets you. Honestly, we really, really get you. And you've got so much in there. So you've got me, creative business coach, artist and author. You've got Nick, who's a copywriter and our word whore. Yes, I said word whore. She is just magical with words and will help you with your copy and how to translate yourself into words. Then we've got the amazing Kerry Patterson. Loving the group. It's awesome. Thank you. So yeah, Kerry Patterson, that's where I was up to. Kerry Patterson, who is a fantastic furniture upcycler and upholsterer, who is also a bullying mentor. So she's in there with all of her experience, and that's fantastic. And then we've got the amazing, lovely Lucy. Some people who come back from near the speak of the overwhelming feeling of acceptance. And may we all provide that for ourselves and others. Bless you for your inspiration. Oh, thank you so much. We've got, yes, lovely Lucy I was talking about. Lovely Lucy Sheffield, who is an abstract artist and children's book author. So you've got so much of a mix there. And then, like the cherry on the cake, I have to say, Nathan King, who is my digital artisan, my tech manager for my company. And he is so talented with tech, but he's also a bit of a hippie and into self-exploration and meditation. So we've got this absolutely wacky gang. I call them the crazy crew of people that are all creative in different ways, all in one place in this group, who are sharing their knowledge and experience with you guys. So God, that's so worth £10 a month. Anyway, I had to talk about that tonight because it's such an exciting project. It's a real soul-centered project that we're doing. And actually, for those of you that follow me, and you just can't quite afford, Nathan is a genius, yeah, absolutely genius. Those of you that can't afford to work with me right now because my signature program may be a bit out of your price range, come and join the group. You're still going to gain loads of access to me and all these other 4 people. Why not do that? Anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you for being here and thank you for listening to me. I really probably wasn't on track with what I wanted to say tonight, but I've showed up and said something anyway. And I will see you all same time, same place next week, 7 p.m. Tuesday night. I will be here. So bye for now. Have a wonderful week.